To kick off for the Broncos.
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This defense for the Broncos, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a second down and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
He's going to let this one go deep.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. And I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. You look at this Eagle defense.
They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
At their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
19 Lions. Ready.
Nix to the air.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now it's Nix.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8. The Broncos at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what...
It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19 Tiger, 19.
Here's Nix.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 1st touchdown of the new season.
And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Throwing is Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. Right side, and he finds Gray.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
63. Hey!
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Hurts.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Back to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. A handoff. Barkley running left. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Now receiver in motion left.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
The ball placed just outside of the end zone as they come up again on another 3rd and goal.
Barkley again, and this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate.
A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Well, field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. No!
Throwing Nix. Forced out to his left. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Slot man moves right.
To throw, here's Nix.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Nix once more.
And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Escaping the pressure right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Able to find Gray here. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
He finds his man, complete. It's Harvey. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on third down.
Here we go. Here we go.
To throw is Nix.
Steps away to his left. And this is going to be intercepted.
Partner, I think this one won't arrive very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Nix from the shotgun.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Nix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Go.
Operating from the gun, Nix. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And the Broncos are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Try to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
He's going to try and go deep again. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth.
That is caught.
Oh, and now some space to operate.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun is Nix.
He finds his man, complete. That's Harvey. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, it's Harvey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Back to throw now on first down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Hurts. And this pass caught by Gray.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Hey, easy, 63, back, get it.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. From 10 yards out.
And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Now it's Nix.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 30 yards.
And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
4 yards the pickup, first down. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Second and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harvey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, it's Harvey. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. A first down carry for Barkley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their...
He's got it at the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Danny Gray, 48 yards. And the Eagles are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game. And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They're going. It's Nix.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Here's Hurts to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Hurts.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
On 3rd down,
it's Harvey, and he will have a 1st down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
they'll keep it on the ground.
Harvey, and he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.